Okay, this is a video that I'm actually super excited about filming. So Littlest Pet Shop is a toy franchise based around these little animals that you collect, and the amount of LPS that exists are too many. How the hell am I even gonna make this team? Here's how. I'm gonna randomize a number between 1 and 2,675. Since all of the Littlest Pet Shop pets are numbered, then I will find the Littlest Pet Shop that matches whatever number gets randomized. Whatever LPS creature gets picked, I will then find the Pokemon that matches it the best that I can. I will do this 12 times and make 2 different teams based on the LPS toys. This idea was suggested by my in real life friend, Amy, and I am so excited to be doing this team because I think it's really unique. Of course, if you have an idea for a Pokemon team, be sure to comment one down below and I will use it. Oh wow, they actually just texted me. That's crazy. Amy, if you're watching this, thank you for texting me. There was someone on the stairs. Girl, what are you going through? Wearing a taco costume and smoking a blunt? Girl, what is going on at this concert that you're at? Okay, so I have my phone, I have my randomizer pulled up right next to me. Anyway, the first one I got, 1117. That is such an iconic number. So I have this website, and this website has all of the different Littlest Pet Shop toys. So if we go to 1117, what the heck is that? What is that? Where are its eyes? Is it crying? It's okay. Does it not want to be on this team? I'm sorry. Is it a rabbit? It's a bunny. Yeah, it's a rabbit. Okay. This could be like shiny Scorbunny. The shiny Scorbunny also has these like shades of yellow on it. So I think I'm gonna choose Scorbunny for the first one. I can't wait to get a bunch of dogs and a bunch of baby Pokemon. That is gonna be a really fun to do. All right, second up, we got 1255. 1255 is whatever that is. Dude, I can't tell what the animal... I can at least tell that that's a frog. What is that? That's a kangaroo? There's no way that's a kangaroo. Is that seriously a kangaroo? Is that what that's supposed to be? You know what? Now, the more I look at it, the more I realize that it's actually kind of closely resembling one. The problem is that Kangaskhan's not in the game. Am I gonna have to go with Breloom? I think Breloom is like the closest marsupial looking Pokemon that I can think of. So far, I'm 2 for 2 at not recognizing animals immediately. That's great. Let's see the third one. So the third one is 1427. Oh, 1427 is a monkey. Monkey. There's a lot of monkey Pokemon, actually. I think I'm gonna have to go with either Grookey or Mankey. I'm veering towards Mankey, honestly, because this is just a monkey. Finally, I was able to recognize an animal for once. I promise I'm smart. On to the fourth one. Hopefully, I get something, like, really good. 2,591. Oh, it's a bird. What kind of bird is it though? This is a seagull? That's a really interesting seagull. It kind of looks like a flamingo if I'm being honest. The problem is that the only seagull Pokemon is Wingull. Yep, that's a Pokemon that exists. All right, fifth Pokemon. I'm trying to get something like really good to round out this team. 1985? That's a good year, I think. So 1985 is a sheep? It's a lamb. Oh my gosh. Wait, it's so transcoded. That's so perfect, actually. It's so transcoded. Now, the thing is, do I use Shiny Mareep or do I use Shiny Flaffy? Because they both have the pink wool. Or rather, they're both pink, I think. I'm kind of tempted to go towards Mareep because Mareep is a quadruped and this sheep is also quadruped. Wow. This team is looking really bad. This is the 6th Pokemon. This is going to be the final Pokemon for this first team. I have 4 baby Pokemon and a Breloom that's babysitting at the moment. I really need something good, please. 838. Okay, that's a lot lower. That's finally a number that's less than the 1000s range. What the heck is that? What is that? That's an alien. That's an alien. That is just straight up an alien. What could this possibly be? It kind of looks like a turtle as well. It's a bug. Okay, I guess. What kind of bug is it? Is it like a beetle? I have no idea. Its eyes also look kind of crazy. I need to find out what kind of bugs this is. It's really bugging me not knowing. It's a love bug? I guess that makes sense because it has the heart. What the heck is a love bug? Wait, I didn't mean to ask that necessarily, but also, I have no idea what Pokemon matches this off the top of my head. Immediately, what comes to my mind is something like Volbeat or like Illumise, because they're both based on Fireflies, but they're also canonically like Pokemon that are like in love with each other. So I think I'm gonna choose one of them. I just don't know which one yet. That's my first team though. That looks absolutely horrible. Oh my gosh. Hopefully, the second team will be way better than this one. Unless I don't even get a fully evolved Pokemon, which is very likely. And I'll be very sad if that's the case. All right, so first up for the second team. 127, no way, that's my birthday. That's actually my birthday. Oh my gosh, this has to be good. This has to be good. I'm really excited to see this. Please be good. Please be good. Please be good. I really want it to be something... Oh, it's a... I honestly, I can't even tell if that's a cat or a dog. I can't tell. I think it's a cat, though. It looks like it's like a Siamese cat as well. I actually have no idea what kind of cat species that is. No, it's a dog. What? This is a dog? Is it German Shepherd? I don't know my animals. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is a dog. So the first thing that came to my mind was Poochyena, specifically shiny Poochyena, because it has like similar colors. But also I thought of like Fido. I might not even go with either of them. This is the one that I'm picking. I still don't know, honestly. I'm also surprised that this is the first dog that I got. That's actually really surprising. All right, next up is 1470. So 1470 is, it's a bat. Okay, I know that that's a bat because I feel like I've seen that one before. What bat Pokemon even look like that, to be honest? Obviously, Zubat and Golbat aren't in the game. The only bat Pokemon there are Noibat, and I guess if you count Gligar, that also counts. I'm gonna have to go with one or the other. Unfortunately, they're not like the same color, but they are the same animal. So I think I'm gonna have to just go with like Noibat or something. Okay, can I please get something good next time then? 1136. So my third pick is whatever that is. Is that supposed to be a butterfly? What is this creature? It looks like it's staring into my soul. Please help. Seriously, what the hell is that? Is that supposed to be another love bug? Yeah, it is a butterfly, which is kind of what I thought. Well, in terms of butterfly Pokemon, there's Vivian. That's like the only one that comes to my mind. Obviously, Butterfree's not in the game. And Vivian is a Pokemon that is known to have these types of patterns as well. So that's half of my team. At least I got another fully evolved Pokemon. So let's see. 1262 for the fourth Pokemon on this second team. Now 1262 is a dog. I immediately got like Houndour vibes from this dog. Now maybe because I thought that its tail looked like it was on fire for a second and that its body was melting. I'm very concerned about this dog. Like I am immediately getting Houndour vibes. Again, this is actually no. Rockruff has like similar ears to this. It has very similar ears to this. So I'm choosing Rockruff. Next Pokemon is 1254. That's actually very close to where I was just at, I'm pretty sure, right? Oh, wait. Oh my gosh. I literally referenced this one earlier. This is the frog. That's crazy that I ended up landing on it. It's like right next to the kangaroo. What are the odds? There's like 2,675 of these. Frog is easy. Frog is easy. Frog is very easy. That's just Politoed. That's perfect. Politoed is also like the only like truly green frog as well. So it's like perfect for it. And last, but certainly not least, is 2094. Okay, hopefully we end up on a high note considering that we're at a very high number. So 2094 is a cat. This cat looks very lavender like. It reminds me a lot of Esper, and I think Esper is like a really good fit for this cat specifically. I'm not gonna lie, I think Esper is like the specific Pokemon that I'm using for this LPS considering it's cat. It's cat. So that's the two teams of Pokemon that I am using for this Littlest Pet Shop team. If you would like to see more videos like this, then please consider hitting the like button. I had a lot of fun filming this, and the teams that I'm using are gonna be so hopeless. Oh my gosh. Good morning, afternoon, and evening, lovely people. Today I am using a Littlest Pet Shop team. Oh my gosh. This was a lot of fun to do, but wow, was this team just so bad. It had so many baby Pokemon on it, and I'm using two different teams, and yeah, I got absolutely walloped in a lot of these battles, but I got two really good games to showcase. And of course, if you enjoy this kind of content where I do specific Pokemon teams or just use really bad Pokemon like this, then please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. And with that, let's get right into these battles. So my opponent is going to lead off with the Mouse family here, and I have my Volbeat here. We have a gay Mouse family versus a filthy hetero. Who wins? Anyway, we have a turn 1 Terra immediately from the Mousehold, which I kind of expected. I mean, look at my team that I'm using. It looks like it could be easily stomped on, right? So the Mouse family is going to turn into a fairy type, but I have a little trick up my sleeve. Now, this is a Choice Specs Volbeat. Now, the idea with this set is that I have Prankster, which allows my status moves to go first always, so I could trick away my Choice Specs and lock in the opponent to whatever move it is that they are using. I also have Bug Buzz and Thunder because I'm running a Choice Specs Volbeat, which boosts my special attack. And Tail Glow is just there after I trick away my Choice Specs, just in case I want to set up my special attack. So as I trick away my Choice Specs to the Mousehold, I'm actually going to get a pair of loaded dice. And I'm hoping that this Mousehold is going to set up a Tidy Up, which they do. I was thinking that they might go for just Population Bomb immediately, but they're now locked into the setup move, so they have to switch out, which is amazing. So they're going to bring in their Inteleon. Now, I do have Bug Buzz. I couldn't really do much. And I was definitely expecting them to swap, so I do some good damage against the Inteleon. They're going to hit me with a super effective Air Slash, but wow, I actually tanked that. And I land the Thunder, thankfully, and that is just going to absolutely zap away the Inteleon. So that was great. I wasn't expecting this Volbeat to get a KO so immediately. So the Espeon is going to come in. They're just going to revenge KO me with the Psychic. And I thought, okay, that was more than fine because my Volbeat definitely did a lot of work there. So the Espeon is going to end up being Life Orb. Now I'm going to bring in my Score Buddy. Amazing. So I'm going to go for the Endure here. Now I'm expecting my opponent to go for like a Psychic and hit me for like just hit me down to 1 HP. But they end up going for the Calm Mind instead. They probably expect my Sucker Punch, which I actually do have on the set. This is a Lychee Berry Score Bunny, and the idea of the set is that I endure down to 1 HP, and then that activates my Lychee Berry, giving me an attack boost. Then I could go for a +1 Sucker Punch and do a lot more damage to the Espeon. I also have Flame Charge, which is great because it works with my ability Blaze, which increases my fire type damage when I'm on a low amount of HP. And I also have Reversal as well, which becomes a 200 base power move when I'm on 1 HP. So I'm gonna go for the Sucker Punch now. I do some really great damage. I was hoping that I would be at +1 attack just to do like even more damage to this Espeon, but oh my gosh, that critical hit definitely did not matter. I'm just a poor buddy, and that Psychic is gonna take me out. Now, this turn I opted to go into my Breloom because I honestly thought that Mach Punch, which I have on the set, this is easily the best Pokemon on my team. I thought it would be in range to take it out, but I also wasn't really sure, so I opted to like swap out and sacrifice my Mankey, or so I thought. So Mankey is going to live on its Focus Sash, and the Espeon is going to take more Life Orb Chip. So now it should be in range for my Mach Punch to KO it. But interestingly, they swap it to their Flygon, and I also have Reversal on this set too, and I do some massive damage to the Flygon, and I'm actually going to be able to outspeed and do a KO. I was like, what the heck? I was not expecting to outspeed Flygon with this set. Now Cerulege comes in. I imagine that they wanted to swap this in because they wanted the opportunity to set up the Swords Dance and increase their attack, but I'm running Encore on this set, so like the Trick Volbeat, I'm going to lock in the Cerulege to a status move. This set is a counter reversal set. Now, with my Focus Sash, I'm able to live 1 hit from full HP, and I can counter back any physical moves and just get a KO on the opponent. I also have an Encore, as I just mentioned, and I have Taunt to stop the opponent from going for any status moves. So it's a really interesting Focus Sash set. So I'm going to swap out. The Cerulege is locked into the Swords Dance. Now I'm going to bring in the best Pokemon ever, my Wingull. Oh my god, this Pokemon. So they're going to continuously set up the Swords Dance. I am not threatened at all because I have a Choice Scarf Wingull, which is there to increase my speed but also lock me into 1 move. I have Hydro Pump, Hurricane, Ice Beam, and U-Turn on the set for pivoting. This team really needed a fast Pokemon, and what better Pokemon to do that than with Wingull? I'm pretty sure this Pokemon has like base 55 special attack or something. It's so bad. So my opponent is now going to swap out the Cerulege. They're afraid of a water move, so they're going to bring in the Mouse family. Now I'm going to go for the Hydro Pump. It's my strongest damage output, and wow, I don't even do half to the Mousehold. That's embarrassing. So this turn I opted to sacrifice my Mankey, and they go for the Population Bomb, which even with this thing being locked into Choice Specs, it is still very threatening because Mousehold hits really, really hard with Population Bomb. Now, I'm going to bring in my Breloom. This is easily the best Pokemon on this team. This is a Swords Dance Spore Breloom, of course, because of the nickname. And with Technician, it boosts the power of both Mach Punch and Bullet Seed because they're both under 60 base power. I'm also running loaded dice on this so that my Bullet Seeds can hit a minimum of 4 times. And I'm also running Terra Steel just to be immune to poison, but also resist flying moves because this Pokemon is 4 times weak to flying, and it's really, really, really frail as well. So this turn, I opted to Terrasilize because obviously I'm expecting the Maushold to go for the Population Bomb, and if they get 10 hits, that would be really bad. That would actually take out my Breloom. So I wanted to make sure that I would be able to resist the hit by turning myself into a Steel type. But the Maushold ends up missing Population Bomb completely. I was like, wow, okay, well, I didn't even need to Terrasilize. I mean, it was probably for the best that I Terrasilize anyway, because I don't really need my Terra on my other Pokemon. So Bullet Seed is going to be able to take out the Maushold, and that's really good. This Pokemon was definitely still very, very threatening. And they still have some really threatening Pokemon in the back, being this Ceruledge, for example, which outspeeds me, so I kind of have to swap out. And even though I resist this Bitter Blade with my Wingull, it's a Ceruledge and I'm a Wingull, so I take a massive amount of damage. And unfortunately they have Shadow Sneak as well, so I wasn't able to hit them with the Hydro Pump. So my back is kind of against the wall here. My Breloom obviously is going to get KO'd by a Bitter Blade from this thing, so my last hope is my Mareep. So they're going to go for the Bitter Blade. It crits me, but I am Focus Sash on this set as well. And this is really good because I also have Thunder Wave, which is going to paralyze the Ceruledge, and that's going to ensure that my Breloom is going to outspeed it because I'm halving the speed on the Ceruledge. Now this Mareep is more of a support set. I have Thunder Wave and I also have Endeavor on this set to put my opponent on 1 HP, assuming that they do because I tank the hit with my Focus Sash. I have Thunderbolt and I have Terra Blast Ice on this set, so in case I Terrasilize into an Ice type, Terra Blast will turn into an Ice type move, and that will ensure that I get a super effective hit on like ground types or something. So the Ceruledge is paralyzed. I go for the Thunderbolt. I was definitely expecting them to go for the Shadow Sneak, but they don't, and they get paralyzed. I was like, oh my gosh, that damage was actually really, really nice for me in case, you know, just in case. Anyway, just in case my Bullet Seed doesn't take it out. So my Mareep gets taken out. My last hope is my Breloom. They still have half of their team. So I'm going to go for the Bullet Seed, and the Ceruledge ends up being Weak Armor. I was like, yes, that's exactly what I was hoping for, because Weak Armor is going to give them a speed boost for every time they get hit by a physical move, but their defense decreases as well. And since I'm bombarding them with Bullet Seeds, each Bullet Seed consecutively is going to just deal increased amount of damage, and that takes out the Ceruledge. I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. The Espeon is going to come in next. I have priority Mach Punch, and that's going to be able to take out the Espeon. Thankfully, the last Pokemon is a Tyranitar, and this Tyranitar is 4 times weak to this Mach Punch. So they set up the Sand, and I'm just going to go for that Mach Punch. Tyranitar actually did have a chance to live if it was like more HP or defense invested, which I was really worried about, but thankfully they get taken out, and I somehow won this game with the absolute Pokemon that I had. I have no idea how, but Breloom absolutely helped out. Actually, all of the baby Pokemon helped out in this game. Incredibly iconic, if you ask me. So that's gonna lead into this second game. Now, this team is definitely better than the last one, but I'm still using Noibat and Rockruff, so it's not exactly that much better. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting the like button. I would really appreciate it. Consider sharing this video with whoever you know that may enjoy this type of content. And let's get into the second battle. Okay, so this lead matchup was really interesting. My opponent is going to lead Ambipom. I have a Vivillon, so I'm immediately expecting this Ambipom to go for the Fake Out, which does so much damage, and normally Fake Out always flinches, but I don't get flinched this time. I'm actually going to go for the Hurricane and just absolutely wipe out the Ambipom. Now, the reason I didn't get flinched was because I have Shield Dust as my ability, which prevents the secondary effects of moves. Normally, Vivillon runs Compound Eyes to boost the accuracy of moves like Hurricane and Sleep Powder, but I thought Shield Dust would be a pretty interesting set to run on this, considering that I have Politoed to set up the Rain, which is why I have a Hurricane and Weather Ball, which turns into a Water type move. I also nicknamed this Vivillon Beelzebub because it's Pokemon number 666. So I'm going to take some Life Orb chip damage. That was a great KO turn 1. And now they're going to bring in the Comfey. This Pokemon is an unsuspecting threat. It's gonna kiss me, and that is gonna be the end of Beelzebub. So my Vivillon gets taken out there, but I have a bit of a sound answer in my own Espeon. Now I'm gonna go for the Psychic Noise. Now that's gonna prevent the opponent from going for any healing moves. This is a really interesting Espeon set. It's a Calm Mind Throat Spray Espeon with Psychic Noise and Hyper Voice, which both activate Throat Spray, because Throat Spray gives you a special attack boost if you use a sound-based move. And I also have Shadow Ball for coverage, and also Terra Normal helps to boost the power of Hyper Voice as well. So as I went for the Psychic Noise, that is going to activate my Throat Spray, and also the Comfey is basically not going to be able to use any of its healing moves. And they go for the Calm Mind as well, so I was like, okay, well, they now match my they now match the special attack boost that I got because they got a special defense boost. But I can't imagine the Comfey can do really anything to me if they're only running like Draining Kiss or like Giga Drain and stuff. So I'm going to go for a second Calm Mind. The Hisuian Typhlosion comes in. Now, I'm 100% expecting this thing to be like Choice Scarfed and outspeed me, or like go for just a ghost type move in general, maybe like Shadow Ball. So I'm gonna opt to Terrasilize this turn, and I'm gonna change myself into a normal type. This ensures that I'm going to be immune to whatever it is that Hisuian Typhlosion will throw at me. I probably would have tanked the hit, considering that I'm +1 in special attack, but I didn't want to take any damage. So they do go for the Infernal Parade. I am going to be completely immune to that, and Shadow Ball just absolutely wipes this Typhlosion out. There goes the Typhlosion. That was a great KO. Now, Hawlucha comes in. This was a really interesting turn because the Hawlucha opted to go for the Endure, and I recently had a battle where I came across an Endure like weakness policy or like Lychee Berry Hawlucha, and the idea was that it activates its Unburden ability, which doubles its speed, and then it could go for like Reversal and be a menace to my life. So I kind of anticipated that they would like more than likely set up that strategy, so I opted to Calm Mind, and that was great because I was able to get the free turn, and I was able to get the KO on the Comfey next turn. So the Como-O is going to swap in. They are going to Terrasilize their Como-O, and I'm anticipating they're going to be a Steel Terra because of the fact that I'm going for like Psychic moves on this thing. So they're going to put the Axe on their head, and I know that Como-O can be a very, very threatening Pokemon considering it has its ability, not its ability, its signature move, Clangorous Soul, which gives it a +1, it gives it an Omni boost, basically. It gets a +1 to its attack, defense, special defense, its speed. This thing is a menace. So, I was surprised that it actually had enough HP to where it could go for the Clangorous Soul, because it just tanks it. So they're gonna go for the Terra Steel Iron Head, and with the +1 attack boost that they got, and with Espeon not really having great defense, it just absolutely takes me out in one hit. So, dang, there goes my Espeon, and there goes my Terra as well. This Pokemon is actually looking like an absolute menace. Also, the heal block runs out, which means that they're gonna be able to eat a Citrus Berry. So this thing looks like it could run trade on my entire team, but I have a Rockruff. And now my Rockruff gets punched in the face, but that's fine because I have a Focus Sash on this, and I also have Roar on this as well. So the Como-O is going to get a lot of recovery, but this Pokemon is no longer going to have its Omni Boost because I'm going to be able to Roar it out, and that is going to force the Como-O to swap out into their Hawlucha. So that was like a threat of crisis averted almost, at least until it comes back in. Now, obviously, I don't want to lose my Rockruff just yet. I have a bit of a really interesting strategy on that. So I'm going to swap into my Noibat now. Now, the Hawlucha is going to be Reversal like I kind of anticipated. This is a Choice Scarf Noibat. Now, the idea is I could go for the Switcheroo and switcheroo away my Choice Scarf, kind of like my Volbeat, where I trick away my Choice Specs, and that ensures that I absolutely just screw over any like defensive Pokemon or Pokemon that go for setup. I have a U-Turn, Outrage, and Brick Break. This Pokemon has like base 30 attack, and it's really bad. So like obviously I never really went for like the attacking moves on this set. They were just there for coverage. Now this turn, I opted to switcheroo my Choice Scarf. I am able to outspeed thanks to the Choice Scarf, and I'm going to be able to get this Hawlucha's Lychee Berry, which I kind of anticipated that it had, or maybe like weakness policy. So they're going to go for the Acrobatics. I actually tanked the Acrobatics. Acrobatics that's doubled in base power, which when they consume an item, which works in tandem with the set, and I actually eat its Lychee Berry in front of it after taking it. That is just so disrespectful. So my Noibat gets taken out by an Acrobatics. Now this turn I opted to swap in my Lycanroc. This is one of the best Pokemon on my team. It's a sweeping set, but I anticipated this Clodsire to want to come in and defensively like check me, so I opted to double swap back into my Rockruff, and the reason I did that was because I have Endeavor on the set, which does damage based on the amount of HP that I'm at, which put the Clodsire on 1 HP. It went for the Earthquake, which took me out, unfortunately. I was really hoping the Clodsire would go for a status move of some kind, but wow, am I really proud of this set. The idea is, obviously, I live on my Focus Sash, and I could go for the Endeavor. I also have Roar, obviously, to phase out any Pokemon going for any setup moves. Taunt, of course, top status, and I have Trailblaze on the set to boost my speed, so I could go for the Trailblaze, outspeed my opponent, and then the next turn, if they take me down to 1 HP, I could go for the Endeavor. And I'm also running Terra Ghost on this, which stops a lot of priority moves that are typically like normal type moves or fighting type moves. So now I'm going to bring in my Lycanroc Dust. I have priority Accelerock, which is thankfully going to be enough to take out this Clodsire. And it's looking like this Lycanroc, it's looking like Animal Jam is going to be able to Animal Jam in this endgame. Now this is a sweeping Lycanroc Dust. It's another loaded dice set, by the way. It's a Swords Dance, Rock Blast, Accelerock, and Close Combat set. And with Tough Claws boosting the power of contact moves, this Pokemon hits really, really hard, especially after a Swords Dance. And I also have Terra Fighting on this as well to boost the power of Close Combat. So Hawlucha is going to try to go for the Adira. I already know what they're going to try to do. They're going to try to go for the Choice Scarf reversal endgame. But I opt to go for the Swords Dance because since they're on full HP, reversal is really going to be doing like pitiful damage, even though it's super effective to me. So I opted to go for the Rock Blast. I also had priority Accelerock anyway. But I'm going to go for the Rock Blast, and that just easily takes out the Hawlucha at +2 attack. The last Pokemon is the Kommo-o, which is now a Steel type, which means they are now super effective against my barrage of Close Combat, and that is going to take out the Kommo-o. That is the end of both games. Thank you all so much for watching. I had a lot of fun with these teams, even though they were just like tragically bad. My name is SkyLaaa. Don't forget to smile, and I will see you all next time.